Parang kailan lang sabi ni President Rodrigo Duterte, he's considering buying weapons from Russia. Now he's considering buying weapons from the US. This is part of the so-called independent foreign policy.
Alam mo, Mark, the thing with President Duterte is he tends to adjust yung sinasabi niya depending on panahon at saka depending dun sa minsan mood niya, but also depending sa audience niya. So pansin mo over the past weeks, for instance, medyo mas critical sa China, no? Especially nung nagbisita siya sa Japan. He said something like, even though I love China, hindi dapat i-claim ng China yung buong ocean, no? Yung West Philippine Sea and all. And then nung bumalik siya from Japan, ngayon naman sinasabi niya he likes President Donald Trump, no? At he's open to buy weapons from the United States. Let's remember, there was a situation back in 2016 and 17 whereby yung US Senate ay nag-block, no? Si Senator Cardin yan, he blocked the sale of around 26,000 rifles sa Philippine National Police dahil sa human rights issues, no? Dahil dito sa kampanya laban sa pinagbawal ng droga. So meron silang issue over karapatan ng pangtao. So si President Duterte ay medyo nagagalit na sa US. But now, mukhang President Duterte is again welcoming sales of weapons from the US, especially in light of yung threat ng counterterrorism, your Islamic State, no, yung ISIS threat. Pagdating sa Marawi, actually tumulong ang Amerika sa atin. It were the American Special Forces na tumulong sa atin noong June 2017. US na nag-provide ng high-grade weapons, ng intelligence and reconnaissance. So, si Pangulong Duterte reluctantly medyo natanggap niya na kailangan natin ng tulong ng US pagdating sa issue ng counterterrorism. And now he's saying maybe we'll also buy weapons from them. Nonetheless, in the same speech, no, over the Saturday, sabi rin niya, just because I'm being nicer to US, just because wina-welcome natin ng weapons from the US, that doesn't mean na hindi na tayo friends sa Russia and China. That doesn't mean na I will side with US against those other countries, no? So in short, sinasabi niya, we'll get benefits from all sides, but not commit to any of them, no?
Is it good for us? I mean, neutral, pleasing China, pleasing Russia, pleasing USA. Is that a good policy?
Marcus, ang problema dito is, first of all, we have to avoid yung tinatawag na false equivalence. Yes, ang US may sariling interest, ang China may sariling interest, but pagdating sa US, mas aligned yung bilateral interest natin. For instance, with the US, wala tayong dispute sa West Philippine Sea, habang yung China, kiniklaim niya huge parts ng West Philippine Sea. At yung US naman, ayaw rin niya yung China mag-dominate ng West Philippine Sea, so nagpo-pushback siya. So you cannot say na paras lang yung superpowers if you have more convergence of interest with one. Pangalawa, we have a treaty alliance with US, and a treaty alliance is mutual. Hindi lang pwede yung US lang tumulong sa atin. We also have to be able to help US in an event of contingency kung may away between US and China. So the President has to make balancing but not also forget that we have treaty alliances and that yung relationship natin with US ay iba dun sa relationship natin with China or even Russia for that matter, no? And lastly, let me also say this. President Duterte, 4 na beses na pumuntang China. 3 beses na pumunta sa Japan. US is our only treaty ally. The only one, and yet zero times ang pumunta si Pangulong Duterte sa US. So the question is, will he go there later this year since sinasabi niya he likes President Trump?